Yo, like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. As you can see, PrizePicks, they sponsor the channel, so you can look up top there, and you can see. I have a promo code up there, DEN059. So you see that they'll match up deposit up to $100, 100%, no slow drip, nothing like that. Down below, um, uh, Props.cast, they sponsor this channel as well. You can see my promo code right there, FDG059. You'll get 25% off your first month's purchase there. And then if you can't catch me right here, you can definitely catch me on YouTube Music right there, as you can see, in podcast form. Let's get down to it, man. A couple of disappointments yesterday, but there was a lot of things that hit. A lot of things that hit. I wasn't on a lot of them, but a lot of pitching props hits, and earned runs and things like that. I hit about two or three hitter parlays, probably like no more than like plus 100 or hit a plus 400 and stuff like that, but nothing spectacular. All right, either way it goes, let's talk about these games. Let's breeze through them. I got somewhere to be, but I'm dropping in so I can just breeze through this real fast. Okay. First game on the docket, Cincinnati Reds at my Chicago Cubs. We got Steele on the mound, we got Green on the mound. We got an over under 6.5. All right. Steele has been steal. You know what I'm saying? And Green has been doing green things. So, we do know that Green's got that shit. All right, when it comes to strikeouts, his strikeouts is sitting at 7.5 right now. Um, he's hit this in two of his last three games, back-to-back games, and so this Cubs team, they sitting right outside on the season. They striking out right there, middle of the pack, but they will strike out. All right, now if they do hit, they got some bats that will hit righties. And if they come out here, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'll take the under on Green strikeouts. I just don't know. This guy's got 10K upside. He'll come out there and get you 1 or 2 Ks in that first inning, then he'll just blast off. But he can give up runs. You know what I'm saying? He can give up runs, earn runs. He's giving up 4, 6, 2, 5. It's sitting at 1.5 right now. That's a parlay piece. I couldn't. I wouldn't take the under there. It would be the over or nothing for me, but it would only be a parlay piece right there. Two earned runs is just, it's dangerous for anybody. I'm always looking towards the over for two earned runs for any pitcher. Hits allowed. He can give up some hits. 4.5 hits. Now there are possibilities there. He's given up 4.5 hits in four of his last. I mean, in every game except for three. So I like that. Tell you the truth. The walks, he can put batters on base. Even though I don't like to take the walks at 2.5, and then his Chicago Cubs, they're fourth. They rank fourth on the season at drawing walks. So I can see instances where he does get there, but I'm not. I just point things out. The outs prop, I don't want to get there either. They get this pitch count high on him, then it could be some trouble. All right. So the K's, I can't do nothing but lean to the over the K's. So lean towards the over K's. I might sprinkle something on it, maybe do a same game parlay with some K's in there. Um, just for fun. Not for fun, but a little lunch money on a same game parlay and see what I can do. Like I said, I do like righties versus he pitches his worst ball versus the right hand batters. Okay, so if you're looking at something like hits, runs, and RBIs, maybe even a parlay piece there. If you want to look at something like that, let me see. Let me go back. Even if you want to look at a parlay piece or something like that for hits, runs, and RBIs, I was looking at Morel. Um, his oh, it just went up. Okay, it was at 0.5 for his runs and RBIs. Now it's went up to plus 130. I should have did a parlay. Throw that in something, but it is what it is. So now it's at plus 135. But you're getting good value on these guys. Plus money on a lot of these guys for hits, runs, and RBIs. All right, so it is what it is. All right. If I'm taking a side in this one, I try not to be as homer, but I'm gonna lean towards the Cubs here. Okay, Chicago White Sox at Detroit Tigers here. We had an over the 8.5 in this one. Lynn on the mound, Wentz on the mound. I'm looking at we got an 8.5 here. The White Sox. Ooh, my God, they let me down yesterday. I'm gonna lean towards some bats here in this spot. Do I like some bats? I like a little. I like some bats in this one. Um, let's see. Get a full lineup here. Tim Anderson, Vaughn, Robert. Those are probably my Robert. Those are probably my three favorite bats right there. And then McKinsey, Green, and couldn't talk off none of these lefties here. Um, versus Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn will give it up versus lefties. OPS over 1,000 versus lefties, and then Wentz, he's right there. He's OPS probably around 900 versus righties, and then 1,000 or versus over 1,000 versus switches. So that's my reasoning behind that. All right, wouldn't look for wins for K's. I probably wouldn't. The outs. Probably wouldn't look at him for outs either. Just his walks could be in play here, but I probably wouldn't go there. Hits allows can be something that he's hit this number in three of his last four. 10 hits, 6 hits, 9 hits. He hasn't pitched against Chicago White Sox yet. Earned runs sitting at 2.5. He's been really, really giving it up. He's given up three or more earned runs in every game except for three this season. That's one of my reasons why I like to target this game for hits and things like that. Earned runs sitting at 2.5 for Lance Lynn. He's hit this number in every game except for three. His hits allowed has been kind of sporadic as well. So he's over 50% to this number. He's 6 for 10 to this number, so he's about 60% on the season. So it's instances where he can give it up. The hits, the walks for him, definitely some concern. The walks as well. All right, so I wouldn't take the under the walks here. Detroit ranked 20 and giving up walks to the drawing walks versus right hand pitching. So at minus 152, that's a parlay piece right there. And then this case, I don't know. And then his outs. So his outs, he's shown the ability to get there. I couldn't talk you off of his outs if you wanted to get there for versus this team. If you feel it, go ahead and pull the trigger. It's projected at 17.5. We don't have a number yet. And then the strikeouts sitting at 6.5. Detroit is striking out the 10th most in the league, but I'm just that's on the season numbers. I haven't checked on the recent numbers, but I'm gonna lean off of it. I'm gonna look towards some bats, some of those bats that I just told you guys, and just leave it alone there. Uh, Hey, Los Angeles Dodgers at Tampa Bay Rays. Here's a game. Is it over under 9 in the spot? I'm really, really undecided in this one here. We know that, both of these teams have dangerous bats, okay? Over under 9. I don't like to support Syndergaard on the road. So, hey, if these offenses quick clicking, both of these teams, they want to show what they got versus each other. So, I couldn't talk you off any bats in this one here. I don't have a side on this one. Texas Rangers at Baltimore Orioles over under 8.5 in this spot. We got Gray on the mound. We got Rodriguez on the mound. Rodriguez, he's giving up probably about an 800 OPS to lefties and righties. Gray, he's been pitching well as of here and there. Gray, he'll give it up to Switchy. So Santander is probably one of my favorite bats over here when it comes to the Baltimore Orioles side. We do know that Baltimore Orioles, they have to outscore their opponents, and then Texas Rangers, they do hit these righties well. So we got over under 8.5 in this spot. I couldn't even tell you. The Baltimore are the favorites here. The Baltimore are the favorites here. Did I have anything in my player pool that I was looking at? My lean player pool over here. So I had a lean towards the over walks for John Gray, over 2.5 runs for John Gray. So I can show you guys why I was leaning that route because let's go over here to the walks here. Gray, Baltimore, they're sitting right at the middle of the pack at drawing walks. Um, he has faced this team once and he's given up 2 walks. That was the beginning of the season there. But yeah, he's shown the ability to hit this 2 walk prop. So I couldn't talk off of that. You get it at a nice number. If I'm gonna go there, I don't know. I just put it in my player pool. What else did I have? Earn runs in there. Let's see. Earn runs at 2.5. I mean, this is a team that can produce runs. We know that. They have to outscore their opponent. He only gave up 2 runs versus them the first game of the season, but granted, that was the first game of the season. I don't know why I put that up there. I mean, it's sitting the WRC plus sitting at right outside the top 10 at 12. We do know that he can put up runs. I couldn't talk you off of it, man. I couldn't talk you off of it, man. So that must have been something I was really, 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 really thinking about going towards. The outs sitting at 16 and a half. He doesn't have to go a full 8. That's intriguing, but I probably won't go there either. All right. I need to stop trying make if I like some bats in the team or something like that. I need to stop. I need to stop doing. I need to make my bets. Correlate a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? It's like taking outs versus taking batters. No, if I want to take some batters, just take the batters. And leave it alone. That don't coincide too well with me. Grayson Rodriguez. His strikeout line sitting at 9.5. I mean 5.5. Texas, they right outside of they striking out the ninth most versus right hand pitching on the season. I don't know if I'm gonna get there though. I don't know if I'm gonna get there. One guy I am looking at was Seaman. Seaman is he's been on one. All right. Hits, runs, and RBIs. He's hit that let's see, last 10. Seaman. He's on a 14 game streak. So he's hit this hits, runs, and RBI prop in 14 straight games. So he's been streaking in that area. All right. You got Freddie Freeman, 9 out of 10. Maldonado 9 out of 10. Lane Thomas 9 out of 10. Christopher Morel 8 of 10. These are all guys that are streaking in the last 10 games in the hits, runs, and RBIs category. But back to this game though. Did I have anything in my player pool for him? No, I did not for Rodriguez. So I don't know. Baltimore is favorite this one here. So at the end of the day, as an instance where I can see, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I don't have a play on this game here, but a few bats, and Santander and man, there's a few bats over there that hit righties, man. This game might go over, man. I mean, Seaman, Seager, these guys like to hit righties, so we'll see. San Diego Padres at New York Yankees here. New York Yankees running. I guess this is the debut for Vasquez. Then we got Musgrove on the mound here, so there you have that. I was looking at Judge here. His hits, runs, and RBIs sitting at 1.5 at 1.5 at uh Mm. At minus 130 last time I checked. So that's something there that you could probably take a look at. I couldn't talk off of that. 1.5 at minus 130. And then I am looking at Juan Soto. All right, 1.5 at minus 115. I like those two. I like those two batters. Juan Soto's been on one. I think I had Rich some down here for this game. Let's see. Yeah, Musgrove. He's his OPS over 1,000, 1.186 versus right hand batting, and then Soto's batting over OPS over 1,000 versus right hand pitching. Judge, he's self-explanatory. So those are two guys that I'm looking at. Um, uh, Musgrove, K's. There's an instance where he can strike some batters out. We do know he has okay case stuff. This is his fifth start. I mean his sixth start of the season here. So his line sitting at 5.5. Couldn't talk you off of that. All right. His earned runs 2.5. Couldn't talk you off of that. Hits allowed. He's been getting hit lately. 5.5. Probably won't go to a 5.5, but it's possible in the walks. Anytime you got Judge out there, his walk prop is in jeopardy. You see, it's at minus 1.5 at a whopping minus 198. So 9 times out of 10, he's gonna hit this walk. You know what I'm saying? So this walk prop. So if you want to use that as a parlay piece, be my guest. St. Louis Cardinals and Cleveland Guardians. I don't have anything for this game right here. I just don't. I couldn't pin it down, and I had limited time to go over the slate. Um, excuse me, Philadelphia Phillies at Atlanta Braves here. Didn't write nothing down for this one. That's crazy. Taiwan Walker on the mound and Schuster on the mound here. Over under 10 in this spot. So you got an over under 10 like that, especially with a Braves team. What's going on. All right. So versus righties, Taiwan versus somebody like Taiwan Walker. I always target right hand batters. This particular team I target Olsen and Acuna, and I'm gonna like these guys, man. I'm gonna like this game. I'm going to like these guys for hits all the way up to a home run. So just taking a look at some of these batters here, and some of the numbers here. Austin Riley, I think he hit 2 home runs yesterday. Don't quote me on that, but I think he did. Austin Riley. Uh, uh, I mean, I don't know. I probably if you want to do a heat check on them. You see, they like the same righties that I like. They got Acuna up there for 2.5 at plus 105, and Olsen at 2.5, but they still got Riley at 1.5. So these are the guys that does a lot of that damage versus the righties. What's the other kid's name? Murphy. He's sitting at a 1.5 at minus 130. I got some interest there too. All right, so sticking to the guys that's doing the damage here. And then on the other side. Bryce Harper, he could be heating up, so 1.5 is not out of realm of possibilities for him either. All right, so those are some of the bats that I'm looking at there. As far as the side in this one here, I probably won't pick a side. I'm just gonna lean to some bats, a hit parlay and be gone. San Francisco Giants at Milwaukee Brewers here. We got an over under 8 in this spot. We got Wood on the mound. We got Peralta on the mound, and the Brewers. The Brewers don't hit lefties well, and the um, San Francisco hits righties well. All right. Now, Peralta does have that stuff, that K stuff. San Francisco will strike out, but hey, it is, they do hit righties well. All right. So, they hit them, but they strike out versus them, but they hit them. So, it's complicated, but I don't think I'll be going to any strikeout props. I think I seen Peralta strikeout props sitting at 6.5. His walks has been a problem. So he's hit this game and hit this walk prop at every game except for two. And then it's a parlay piece if you want to take the over. I wouldn't take the under. San Francisco ranked fifth in the league at drawing walks versus right hand batters. His hits allowed. He's been giving up hits, sitting at 4.5. That's a fair number for San Francisco. WRC plus sitting at seventh in the league, so that's a fair number there. If you want to get there. If you think he's working with his strikeout props, then I wouldn't even touch it. But 4.5 hits, he's giving that. He's hit that number over 50% on the season. And then the earned run sitting at 1.5. Anytime you get a pitcher with a 1.5 earned runs, I'm just interested in it. I don't take a lot of these bets, but I'm definitely interested in it. Might add it to a parlay at a minus 165. That's a walk. That's a home run. Boom. You know what I'm saying? There you go. So, and then Wood, Wood on the other hand, I'm not looking to him for anything. I mean, Milwaukee on the season they striking out number one versus right hand pitching, but I don't want to go to it. I don't want to go to it. This guy Wood, I don't know what to think about him right now. The walks for Wood, the hits allowed, the earned runs. I don't know. So I just don't. I'm not gonna mess with none of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really too much like nothing that game. I ain't even gonna lie. We had over under 8. Might go under. We'll see. Toronto Blue Jays at Minnesota Twins. We got Gosman on the mound, Volin on the mound. Interesting game here, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. I looked over it a little bit, and I just came up with I'm gonna lean towards Toronto Blue Jays in this one here. I don't know about the run line. Might do something to try to knock that 56 cent off of it, but it is what it is. Another game here where I'm undecided in. We could target some of these Washington Nationals bats versus Lyles. He'll give it up. You know what I'm saying? So I like some of those bats. Same bats that I liked yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But Lyles is a little bit. He'll give it up to lefties and righties. So there you have it. The small ball Nationals. They go out there, a lot of hits and runs and RBIs. You can rack it up. All right. Um, Colorado's still at home. Okay, so um, we got weather in this one here, so it's always important to look at the weather here. New York Mets at Colorado, just like last night, there will be showers and storms around. The computer models show showers in the area until about game time, so we'll watch it. Brisk south winds will be blowing out to center field, giving the bats a bit of a boost. Okay, I wouldn't look to pitching in this one here. I'd look for the bats and who looks to pitching in the Coors Field. So, um, with that being said, Alonzo, all right, all these, the numbers gonna be inflated. You know what I'm saying? So I like Alonzo. I like a lot of bats. You know what I'm saying? Going up against Sebo. Sebo's just been giving it up. Okay, so it is what it is. A lot of all these New York Mets bats in play. All right, Lazard. We got Lazard on the mound. We got Devins on the mound. Miami at Los Angeles. We got an over under 8 in this spot. And if you've been riding with Soler with me, and kudos to you because he's hitting them home runs. They had parlay pieces damn that right now. They're like minus 200s and shit, but he been hitting them. You know what I'm saying? I've been sprinkling a little bit on him. Haven't been hammering it like I should. He gets another lefty right here, and then you know it is what it is. My favorite bats here is going to be on the Miami side. Is going to be him and Cooper. Those are the two bats I'm looking at. I'm not interested in the side in this one here. Lazardo on the mound, he does have that K stuff. But hey, I'm not interested in picking a side in this game or nothing. I couldn't talk you off. Um, um, Soler versus a lefty hits all the way up to a home run. You can sprinkle something on Cooper if you like. He hits a lefty as well, but you know it is what it is right there. Houston Astros at Oakland Athletics here. Caprillan on the mound. He gives it up. Money line parlays, run line straight says Houston Astros are nothing for me. 6 Ks in a win for Brown. You can get that at minus 106. Minus 106. I sprinkled on him minus 106. I like the lefties versus Caprillan, but he gives it up. All right. It's a Caesar special too if you like Caesars. I like Caesars. You know what I'm saying? So you can definitely look at something like um, I like Caesars. Caesars is slowly becoming one of my favorite same game MLB same game parlay um um sites because they let you put in outs. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if I want to be greedy, I can take the run line here. I could take I could take hmm total singles, total hits, total singles, total doubles, total run scores. I could take outs here, 17 and a half. I could take strikeouts for him at 5.5. I could take strikeouts for him. That's a plus 240 for those three right there. Um, no, I could take hits. I know I like the lefties here, so I could take a hit for Alvarez and a hit for Breg. I like Bregman in this spot too. Outside of Tucker and Alvarez, I like Bregman too. So those are some of the bets that I like here in this one here. And you can get a 4 plus 475. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I even like Abreu. I like Abreu, Altuve. I like these bats here. I expect Houston to come out here and redeem themselves. They haven't been scoring. They haven't, man. So this is a good spot for them to get right at. So I'm looking at them to get right. Okay. What else we got here? Let's see. Let's see. And you can put all those parlays and all those hits and shit together on this. They call it super parlay over here. All right. Um, another. I'm undecided on the side here for this Boston game, but I do like these Boston bats versus Fat. Okay, I like these Boston bats, and Sale. I couldn't talk you off his strikeouts. Okay, I couldn't talk you off his strikeouts. He's been he's been doing his thing lately. I just don't want him to sell me. You know what I'm saying? So K's has been looking okay. Arizona versus left-hand pitching right outside the top 10 on the season. They're striking out 5.5 at minus 150. He's hit this number in 3 straight games. We know he has that upside. Hopefully he's into form. Couldn't talk you off the case here. I do give the pitching lean towards Boston to this one. Boston just on the road. I don't know how they want to interact on the road, but I do like Boston. Boston does hit righties hit right hand pitching pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So they're sitting right outside the top 10 at number 11. So it is what it is. I like some bats. I like some bats versus Verdugo. Probably one of my favorite bats. A couple bats I didn't really deep dive look off into them. Last game on the docket here, we got an over under 7 with Keller and Kirby on the mound. It could be another Caesar special here, man. I mean, both of these pitchers has been good form. Looking at Kirby. Earn runs. I mean, sitting at 1.5, like that's just a standard number for a good pitcher. He can go over that number at any given time. The hits allowed 4.5. Been concerning a little bit, but he's been pitching really really good. All right, he's hit this number in every game except for 2, but he's still been pitching good. He hasn't given up more than 1 walk yet. All right. If you take the over it right now, you'll get that at a plus 168. The outs, he's been outstanding. His outs, he's been outstanding. This is a hitter's park. Um, Sitting at 17 and a half right now at minus 135. I couldn't talk you off of it. All right. And then his K's. Uh, I don't want to go to his case. I don't even want to go to his case, to tell you the truth. It's sitting at 5.5, but I don't want to go to it. He's hit this number in 4 of his last 5 games, but so that's a sign that shows us that he's heating up. He's heating up. And then Mitch Keller, another guy's been pitching good. Now I have some interest in his case. Seattle will strike out 6.5. It's pretty steep. You can alter it down, but just hit this in every game except for 2. Uh, Outs for him. He's been outstanding. Set a parlay piece right now. He's hit this at every game except for 2. The walks for him. I wouldn't take his walks. These pitchers are very, very similar right now. Their numbers look similar like a mug. You know what I'm saying? So there you have that. He hasn't given up more than 2 runs only twice this season. So there you have that. Another game that I could, judging by how those numbers looked, I could definitely look at Caesars for this one here. In a perfect world, I mean, both of these guys would probably hit their outs. You know what I'm saying? You can get them both, in there. You know what I'm saying? And that's a testament to this game leaning under. You know what I'm saying? So if you wanted to go under, you know what I'm saying? That's you can even alter it. You can alter it over under 8.5 runs or something like that. You could probably just alter it down to an under 8.5 runs, and then you can just probably move around. Let's say you like, damn, Keller, his strikeouts went up to 7.5 now. I don't want to go there, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. You could just play around with it. Play around with it. So, like I said, there you have that. Good luck today, guys. I got a little traveling to do. It's the holiday. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing any videos over the holiday, but good luck, people. Good luck.